Alright guys, so this is going to be a lure review on the Damiki Tremor. This is a lipless crankbait. For those of you guys that saw in the title of this video, there's going to be some bonus video at the end of it, so stay tuned. Got some video of me using this bait, and my son actually caught a pretty cool fish on this bait, so stay tuned for that. Got a lot of cool things to say about this bait, and we'll go over them and show them up against some other lipless crankbaits that I have, so let's check them out. Alright guys, so the Damiki Tremor. We have two different sizes in the Tremor lineup. They've got a 65, and then they also have an 80 size, with the 80 being the larger. This is the smaller 65 version. And inside of the 65 and the 80 sizes, they also have a rattling or noisy version, as they call it, or a silent, non-rattling version. And they have them both in the 65 and the 80. So the 65 in the non-rattling silent version has a length of 2.5 inches, weighs in at 3/7 of an ounce, variable diving depth, sinking lure. And then the one we have in front of us is the 65 again in the rattling version, so that's 2.5 inches, weighs in at 1/2 ounce, variable diving depth, sinking lure. You jump up to the 80. Now the 80, they claim that they both have the same weight. They both have a length of 3.15 inches according to their website and Tackle Warehouse, and but the weight is, they say they both weigh an ounce. I'm sure that the weight difference is negligible when they get up to be a little heavier, so they just claim that they both weigh 1 ounce, but I'm sure that the silent version is a little lighter than the noisy version. Go ahead and show you guys a measurement here. My measurement shows about 2 5/8 of an inch, maybe just short of 2 5/8 of an inch long, or inches long, 2 5/8 inches long. So very standard for as far as the size is concerned. One thing I really like about Damiki crankbaits, just Damiki hardbaits in general, are their colors. They have great colors. This is their red Craw color, and it's just a very, very vibrantly rich color. And then also we have a different variety of color here with a transparent bait. But the transparent baits that they have generally, like this American shad, has some holographic qualities to it. You can see when I'm holding it off angle there, you can see the holograms in it. So it just offers a little bit more than just an overall transparent bait. You can see that it has those very distinctive black Damiki eyes, just all blacked out, glossy. And then it has the Damiki Viper hooks on it. Those are both the same size hooks. They seem to be very strong. They held up very well to the fish that we caught at the end of this video. So I have no complaints with the hooks there. Rattling system. Not the loudest rattling system that I've ever heard. I guess maybe sub-moderate. Moderate being that where most crankbaits would be right there in the middle. That one's probably just under what a moderately sounding crankbait would sound like, in my opinion. And there's an LV500, which is more on the louder side, as well as a Bill Lewis, which is more on the louder side of the spectrum for sound on lipless crankbaits. Let's see, I want to talk about the fall. That's probably the best quality of this crankbait, is how it performs on a fall. Now, this crankbait, when you put it on a slack line or a light line where you're just not putting a lot of pressure onto the line, it has such a nice fall. I don't want to say it falls slow, but it definitely doesn't fall fast, and it definitely doesn't have a moderate or average fall to it. It's definitely slower than what you would see in average, but it definitely has a fall to it. You would have to fish with it to kind of get the idea, but maybe I'll just kind of show you here. A little faster, somewhere right in there. Whereas, like the Jackall TN70 has a really quick fall, kind of just like that. This one's more of just kind of like a real, I don't want to say finesse, I use that word a lot, but it's just a slower fall. So and I find that to be a really nice quality, because it gives the fish a better look at the crankbait. You can fish them slower, you can fish them through weeds a lot more effectively. So it's a good quality to have which makes it a good lure to have in your box because of that. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes here. It also has a really nice flutter on the fall. It reminds me of the Strike King Red Eye Shad. Go ahead and show you a Red Eye Shad up against it. In fact, they're very similar looking as far as the Red Eye Shad and the Tremor. When side by side, they almost kind of look alike. When you look at them from the body, you can see the Red Eye Shad on the tail is a little thinner and has more of like a belly here. Where this one's just kind of more uniform all the way down. But they have a kind of a similar shimmy to them. The Red Eye Shad is a little bit more apparent, but this one definitely has a shimmy, where there's a lot of crankbaits out there that really don't have much of a shimmy, if they have anything at all. Some of them just kind of spiral out of control on their way down. And those are the ones that I would just use on a retrieve or on a rip or something like that, ripping through grass and weeds and stuff like that. Well, this one actually has a nice shimmy on it. So compounded with that good moderately paced or slow fall, if you will, it's just a really good crankbait to fish in a slow way. So something really nice. So let's go over these colors that we have here. As I said, this is red craw. You guys remember we have that in the DC as well. Red craw just has that black back, and maybe we can focus on where it says Tremor 65 there. So it says it's badged there on the spine of the bait, but black on the back, very, very bright red. It's got the markings of a crawfish right there on the side of it, and it's got a really nice bright orange belly. So this is a very bright red crankbait. I've told you guys that I really like using red lipless crankbaits because, plain and simple, they catch fish. They really do. They catch bass, and when you're using a lipless crankbait in the right time of year, if you're throwing a red one, generally you'll catch a fish. So there is the red craw. This next one we have here is called American Shad. Now, American Shad kind of has a brown, I don't want to say, I guess it's kind of bronze on the back, and then in the picture on Tackle Warehouse, it looks like an MS American Shad or a sexy shad variety. In person, it's a little darker. Hopefully my picture will show what it looks like more true than what it actually does on the Tackle Warehouse picture, because on the Tackle Warehouse picture it's much, much lighter than it actually is in person. But you can see that it's just pretty much a clear bodied crankbait through and through. On the top, it's got that dark color on it, so it looks much more dark and less transparent, more opaque on the top, but pretty much an overall just a transparent lipless crankbait with that kind of a faint chartreuse yellow line running through the middle there. So there's American Shad. If I can get it to focus correctly, we'll go there. Alright guys, so Damiki Tremor. Give this guy a shot. I was pretty impressed with it. It's got a price tag of $9.99, so it's right there in the middle of the road as far as hard baits are concerned. Right at there, $10. So cool little lipless crankbait. Like I said, I have some footage for you guys here at the end of this video, so check it out. It was actually really cool. I took my son out with me to test the bait. Normally, I go out and I test all the baits that I have, and I give them all a fair shake, a fair shot. When I'm out fishing to test a lure, I only bring that bait out to test with. So I throw it out there, and I'll fish with it for a couple hours and really give it a fair shake. And it was cool because my 4-year-old son was with me, and I was throwing it out there and laid into this fish, and he got to reel him in. So really cool experience for me and him. So check it out if you guys get the opportunity at the end of this video. All right, thanks. There's one. Here. Grab him. Grab it. Reel him in. Reel him in, Beckham. You feel him? Oh, he's pulling. Hold on, careful. Yeah, reel him in. Alright, hold the rod. Hold the rod. That's a good one, Beckham. It's a big one. Oh, yeah. That's a big one, buddy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What's like that? What's that?
What's what?
Those holes.
What holes?
Those ones.
Right here, where the red is?
Yeah.
That's how he breathes.
Oh.
That's where he breathes. The water goes through there, and that's how he breathes.
Does the water come out of it?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I'll show you. Here, pick the rod up so we
It's
don't...
not the same as yesterday. It's different.
Yeah. See, what happens is the water goes through his mouth right there,
Yeah?
and then it comes out through the gills.
Oh.
Okay? Here, hold him.
No.
No, it's okay. Just hold him. He's a big fish. Hold him just like that, okay? Hold him real tight. Can you grab his mouth like this?
No.
Okay, just hold him real tight. Don't let him go.
The picture, hoy.
I'm going to do it right now. Ready?
Yeah.
1. Smile.
Is he cute?
He's a big one.
Yeah.
He's a big one.
Yeah. Can I throw it back in the water?
Don't throw him, okay?
How do you put him back
Hold him real tight, like this.
How do you put him back in?
I'll take you over to the water and you'll just lean down, okay? Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Lean down and put him back in gently. Whoop. That was a good fish, buddy.
Yeah.
Good fish. High five, man. Nice job.
I got